Guys, how are we? Carpe the DM. I'm here with Brianimus. Episode 4, part 2, dude. This is the 8th crack off in the New Moon series. I feel like we're deep. I mean,
yeah,
I was making death saves last week.
This is true. Yeah, you did make two. Did you get two? How many failures did you get? Just one?
I opened with a failure, and then and Brian was kind enough. I think this is still rules as I don't know, but he let me use 2 of my portent rolls as a divination wizard to notch in 2 successes, and then I rolled like a 12. So yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Well, it's happening.
We could look up in those rule books, but
no, too late. Gabby's alive, and everyone
not
else
in my game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're not gonna get in the way of my game with your rules.
Yeah, rule books are for in between games, John.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for building a case, defending it. Oh my God. Well, how you doing, Brian? How you feeling?
I'm great. Yeah, really good. Excited for this turn where Gabby's gone. So and
yeah,
you know, I am. But it's a little bit of a serious situation that she's in.
Yeah.
But I think that's good for her, right? She's not a kid anymore. She's died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna have like a 1,000-yard stare.
Yes. It's funny because I've never played a wizard, and playing a wizard in a 1-and-1 campaign setting is intense. She's very cautious. She does love mysterious stuff, though, and yeah, this is like really like the most intense encounter she's ever had, and it knocked her unconscious.
It's like, man, I mean, it's a rat. I can kill a rat. I have the power of the arcane on my side.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, please, stand back, please. Like, yeah.
It's like those self-defense videos where it's like, put your hands right here, I'll show you. It's like, no, you have to put them here. You have to put them right here. No, don't put them here. You know?
Ripping the gun away. That's exactly correct. Well, I'll tell you, dude. I mean, like, this has been such a blast. I've had such a hoot. But man, like, I just have had so much fun playing.
Oh, good.
You know, like, obviously I get to play in your Strahd campaign. We usually play in person. Bry's a very talented DM, but his fucking in your combat and element work has been awesome because I'm pretty much all digital, you know, and it's just been sick to be a part of that. But bro, I just don't get to play outside of that. So to come in and be like, you know, I mean, it's just like very intense, but it's been a hoot.
No, I kind of, I mean, I play so much now, but I've been really enjoying playing Coleridge as well, just because I think, and I really presented you with such a challenge because I don't know, it's not like he's like has the backstory is like, okay, I have this and I want to do this, you know, like this person wronged me, I want revenge on this person, and everything I do is like climbing stairs to get to that. It's more he's just trying to keep his head above water at the same time, you know, has this kind of darkness and this power behind him where he knows that he's trying to like influence the world. He just doesn't know why or what for, and I think that's a really difficult thing to throw at you. So I apologize.
No, man, that's so sweet of you to frame it that way. I mean, Brian, so, you know, New Moon is a world that we built. We spent a couple sessions kind of throwing spaghetti on the wall, spitballing. Chat helped us out massively. Vago, appreciate you rolling through. And we then have been taking turns, right? Like, he'll DM for me, I'll DM for him. And Coleridge is his character. And he's essentially a Pact of the Chain warlock. And very RP, very sort of deception heavy. And it's incredible, man, because it's like, I think it just goes to show how fun of a system 5e can be, you know, because like so much of your like puzzles or encounters are like almost RP based. Like, can you put yourself in a position? Can you use the environment to your effect? So that for me is like a perfect character where stuff is like whizzing by you. And it's you know, who knows what you're going to collide in with or grab hold of or get hit by, you know. So that vibe is awesome. Nothing to apologize for.
Well, this will be fun. But it's a little. Have you been having a difficult time as a D? I mean, I just have to plan so much.
Well, hey,
I
let's save all
I
that
can't
for the
count
post
on you.
mortem. Save it for the
Oh, the
post mortem.
postmortem.
Yeah,
Okay.
and let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's hop into
All right, let's get into it.
episode 4, part 2.
And you know, I can't play music, so I just trust you that
I
you're not
got you.
playing the Benny Hill
Yeah,
theme under any of this.
no promises, but there is music.
Okay.
Yeah,
Da-na-na.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, is this the Bulls '96
Yeah.
intro music?
Yes,
Like,
it
what the
is.
shit is this? Oh no, you know I got you, dude. Just let me
Okay.
know if you're like, put this, put that. Like, feel free to DJ me. I'll
No,
be there.
I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's all right, especially where we are at this current moment. So, you ready? Should we just jump into
Let's
this?
get after it, dog.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I don't know who's watching, but it's gonna start on kind of a downer note. And I apologize for that ahead of time.
Womp womp.
Sometimes when we're emulating life is a downer. Um, and part of the cool thing about this game, what I love about this game, is you get to not only you get to use your own life experiences and kind of exacerbate them, or you know, if there's a bully that you had when you were a kid, you can just like really make lift that bully up and make him a super bully, and then have six adventurers kill him or something. But you really are playing off of those same emotions that we have. And I was thinking about Gabby, and I was thinking about how we ended the last session, and where she died. She got attacked and slain by a rat, a giant rat that ripped basically part of her flesh
Yeah.
and back part of her rib cage open, and she
Yeah.
just fell face first into this underground lake in a cave.
Non mi
And
piace. It was very bad.
yeah, and 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 I was thinking, I was like, how do I write something into it? Because I've never died. And I was in a car accident, and when I was in the car accident, like the world slowed down, just like almost to a stop, as it was raining, and I slid out on the highway, and I mean, every single inch the car moved, I was aware of it. My brain just went into this hyper focus mode until it was over and I was safe. And there was one time that I almost drowned, and I got to the point where I was very much thought it was the end, and had these very, very strange emotions and feelings, and this really incredible warmth, even though it was January and I was in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's a very strange experience, but I've never had my life flash before my eyes. And so I wonder, for someone as young as Gabby, what that looks like. Does she just see the things, the instances in her life that have happened so far, the experiences she's had with her stepmother, her father, riding on his merchant vessel? Does she see, her child at home? But does she also see, because she's so young, the future that wasn't allowed to happen? Does she see any of the ambitions come to fruition? Does she see herself winning a prestigious award? Did she see herself gaining some sort of power or helping a people, a village, a town? Or did she see herself holding a child? So I'd like you to just think about that as we kind of go through.
Yeah, man.
And this thing has happened to her since you arrived at the tropical island of Parafina. You were marooned by your father and taken into the care of an old herbalist named Marcellus. He's teaching you potion making and gave you the task of finding particular herbs and flowers deep into the jungle. You found many, and you realized that you were able to copy spells from the twists and turns of the veins inside the flowers, actually finding spells within nature. So the whole of nature kind of opened up this world of knowledge, as if the jungle was a library. You discovered these rats on the island, named Dragini, and they're in constant pursuit of these silkworm spiders that are holy to the land. And you killed a few in the lair until you found one that was a little larger, that was looking and trying to biting at something that was underneath a boulder, and you attacked it. And Gabby did that, and she didn't know what the rat was biting at, and she paid the price. But before the rat devoured her, something happened to the rat. She wasn't around to see it, but she was pulled out of the cave, and her eyes opened for just a brief instance before slipping in and out of consciousness and feeling herself being pulled through the jungle, lying on her back. And Gabby, will you make a perception check for me?
Yeah. It's a 5.
5, which is appropriate. It's more, you feel like as you're being pulled through and you don't know what's pulling you, and you can't really move your limbs and bodies. You try to move your arm, it won't move. It's surreal, and you feel like this gash that's on your back. However, there's not any pain as you're going, but you have no consciousness or feeling of anything. The twigs that you're going over these undulations in the earth and being pulled and dragged. You just see these trunks of palm trees deep in the jungle, and you've never been in the jungle at night. And you see your familiar buzzing about hysterically and frantically, back and forth, and you see a flower that you hadn't seen before, the night whisper. It's a white flower hanging high in the trees, and that's the last thing you see before falling out of consciousness again.
Which flower is it, DM? Which kind?
I think it's a night whisper.
Night
is what it's
whisper.
called. It's night lovers. Sorry, night lovers. It's like 2 white swans that hang in the tree, but you hadn't seen it yet. And I think it's a interesting thing that she sees it right as she's getting pulled strangely through the jungle. But you wake up again, Gabriella, and you hear waves and water, and your eyes open, and there's water that's splashing up on your face and all over your body, and you look up and the stars are magnificent. Never seen so many out, and the 2 moons are just blinding and reflecting off of this vast sea that you're in, and slowly getting pulled through this water, creating a small wake behind you. Your familiar still buzzing about comes to land on your chest. Make another perception check, would you?
Come on. That's a 10.
And your breath is shallow, and you begin to kind of start to move, almost by reaction because of fear of drowning, and you feel this strong body underneath you kind of lift you gently up so that your chest and your neck are above water. You're still hardly able to move. The pain you can start to feel a little bit more now, and your eyes begin to water, and as the pain hits you, you look up into the sky, and between the 2 moons, you swear you see the crescent of another, or it must be a star, because there are only 2 moons, aren't there, before you fall back out of consciousness. And you hear a voice, Gabriella. And you wake again, under the noonday sun, baking, and this time you feel immense pain. And you're able to move your body, but slowly, as you kind of touch the back of your back where the spider had hit you and bitten you, you feel all these kind of mesh of grass that has been almost like chewed and masticated and has been caked onto your wounds. It's hard to breathe, but you somehow manage. Make a perception check.
I'm tracking all of this. Am I on the beach? Do I know what's beneath me? Is that grass as well?
Well,
17.
you will find out when you
Okay,
tell me.
okay, got it. 17.
17. It takes a while. It's just the blind. You're blinded by the sun, the heat, the pain. But you kind of feel underneath you, and it's this hard-packed sand grit, like the floor at home state. And you kind of look around, and you see these grass huts that are around you, but you don't see any people. And you move, and you see your familiar zipping by, kind of comes to land in front of you on the ground, and you hear this pushing through the sand. And you turn and look to where it is, and you see a bucket coming towards you. And behind the bucket, you see this, I would say small for what it is, but it's about a 3.5 foot long reptilian creature with a very sweet round face and a forked tongue kind of look at you and push this bucket towards you. And it's like a four-legged baby dinosaur.
Wow.
Thank you. You don't recover from a long rest.
Wait, it's not a long rest? Sure. Should I consider myself at 1 hit point?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Thank you. Is it water? Oh, I'm so sorry. Again, I hit the wrong. Enjoy that sound cue as Gabby is happy as a pig. Yeah.
Yes, it's water.
Yeah. Thank you. I sort of I feel like Albie's maybe on my shoulder, and I sort of like send it up to the top of this roof, and can you understand me? Yeah. Thank you for the water. I don't know how I got here. I'm grateful to whatever made it so. Did you bring me here?
And he pushes the bucket of water towards you with his hand.
I take it up and I'm just shook. I'm just gonna drink from it a bit, and then probably a bit more.
Yeah, and it's incredible. You were so thirsty, your mouth was almost like sand. And the more you drink, the more you realize that your thirst is being satiated, and you feel these immense hunger pains inside of you as well. It's helping, but it also makes you. It's like when you're starting to heal, you realize how sick you really are, and how much in pain you really are. You can feel and smell this eucalyptus type aroma from this grass and such that has been placed in your wounds.
Yeah. I feel awful. Is there anyone else here? Is it just the two of us?
Make an animal handling.
Damn it. It was almost good. That's an 8. Yet to break. No, I had a good perception check.
He seems that he doesn't understand you get the sense he doesn't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, but he has this concern for you. And it seems to make him happy that you're drinking the water. And as you kind of say this, asking if there's anybody else, he looks around and turns around and kind of scuttles back and forth, and you can see his tail kind of whipping back as he runs into the jungle.
Oh, wow.
And you look more around the village that you're in, and it's about 7 or 8 huts that are all around, no people. You can see the shoreline, you can hear the ocean waves, and more than happy to, if you'd like to walk around, you can.
Yeah. Has this sort of this little lizard thing? Is he out of sight? Like, has he gone?
It seems like he's kind of gone into the jungle, and you see like the motion of the grasses and such for a little bit, but then it goes away.
I don't really feel like I'm in any condition to be charging immediately out, but I'm gonna drink some more of the water and like walk that direction. Gabby's not gonna like enter any homes. I mean, is it empty door frames or are they covered? Like, can she see
Yeah,
into them?
it's empty. Like there weren't doors. You see a couple have rugs that are kind of half like hanging over,
Sure, they're fucking.
and
I get it.
others that the rugs are gone.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So she's gonna get up and walk the direction towards the jungle that this creature went. She rather is gonna see if he is waiting for her, and also I don't, if she can sort of, I don't know how, if it's like 200 feet separating or like 60 feet separating all these huts, but she'd love to kind of do like a big loop and just sort of, hello, good morning, good afternoon, I don't quite know, and sort of just and more or less like not wanting to like startle anybody. She's like just kind of slowly like holding this bucket in two hands and occasionally sort of bringing it up to her lips, and she's tempted to use the last little bit to just like fling over her face and kind of drive back through her hair, kind of digging across her scalp and back through her hair.
Yeah. First, do me a favor, make a Constitution check for me, please.
Sure. Oh, thank God. I think that's a 15.
Oh, great. Okay,
It
so
might be a
you kind
14.
of get up and you're surprised at the vigor that's in your legs, honestly, as you kind of chase after this reptile that is, moseyed into the jungle. And as you look, I mean, you can roll a perception check, but I think he's lost to you by the time you get there. If you rolled a
Sure,
20, I
sure.
don't think you would see him.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll give it
and
a
it's
shot, but I doubt it. Yeah, no,
it's dense.
sure.
It's almost as dense as as the jungle you just came out of, just less hilly. It seems to be just you can see about 40 feet into the jungle, and then it just becomes a wall almost of trees, and these giant palm trees and huge palm fronds. It's just and this just growth. As you walk around the town, what did you get on your perception check?
Oh, 7.
So there's nobody that's answering your call.
Damn.
And as you look, there's no clothes. There's not much of anything. And you get a sense there's this kind of disarray and disorder. And you come to the conclusion, rather, that it seems like everyone is left and left in a hurry.
Oh, I see.
You do find there are some grass baskets. There are a
Outside the
couple that
huts?
are turned over. Yeah,
Okay.
inside the hut.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
if you
inside?
want.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can see inside all the huts basically, and there's lots of light coming in from everywhere. You see one of the baskets has like moldy and decaying vegetables, and you
Damn.
find a pot that was left over. You find a little small thing of rice, and go ahead and make an investigation check as you're
Sure.
going through these huts.
Let's go. That is a 20.
A 20. Oh, great.
It's a
Wow.
natty
Okay.
light.
As you're kind of going through and you're starting to like motion is good for you.
Got it, got
Moving
it,
around.
got it.
You're starting to feel a little bit better as
Whew.
you're starting to get this into your leg, and you're feeling a little stronger. And you see the things that are left behind, which isn't much. And you find there's some drawings.
Hmm.
You see drawings, and there are a lot of drawings of dinosaurs in the
Damn.
jungle, like carrying large baskets and pushing things out. And it looks like there's drawings of tribe members working along with these huge dinosaurs. And then you find a map
Oh fuck yeah.
And whether it's here or anywhere, but it's nothing that you've ever seen. And I don't know if this is where the owlbear gets a little messy with me.
Sure.
Um,
No, let's get
but
messy.
and
Damn.
so I don't know if oh man,
I
how
mean,
do
this is crazy. Now, Brian, this is so. I love this. Is did does Gabby see these drawings and see this creature that brought her water, and view them like unexplained things, or is there some awareness like that there are like in the sense that I
make a history check?
sure. Damn it! Again, I'm getting a lot of just weird ass rolls.
You're
That's a
really
7.
smart. You do know some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
It's
no,
kind of on the
that's +6. That's a 10.
oh 10. 10's pretty good. Considering your state, 10 is very good. But you know that these creatures exist, but they're monsters in tales that are told in taverns and good and night bedtime stories.
Yes, yes.
These giant reptiles. The ones in these drawings are much larger than the one that's with you. They look to be, if the men and women in the drawings are 5 feet tall, then these must be 15 feet tall. But have the same kind of, or 15 feet long and maybe 10 feet tall, but the same physical care attributes, walking on 4 legs, kind of like a stegosaurus without the spikes down the middle.
Yeah.
But just,
cool.
almost like an alligator, but like more plump and round. And you find another thing. So you also find one of those skull masks, kind of the bottom of it chipped off.
Wow. Like a skull mask.
Yeah, the skull mask that you found that you
Ooh.
saw people wearing and making in Parafino.
Wow. And does it look of that same ilk? I mean, I remember those kind of, not being flimsy, but like clearly had been made by kids. And is this?
Yeah, it's like a paper mache type.
It's still paper mache.
Material. Yeah, paper mache, but out of the palm bark. Make an investigation check as you kind of look it over.
And I'm gonna, God, that's a 9. And it's because she's distracted. She's like starting to get excited. She reaches out mentally to Albie and has him come in. And in that time, she slips on the mask and tries to, whoo! And sort of tries to,
you put on the mask. Albie kind of comes in. He's been fluttering about. He comes in and goes and flies out and then comes back.
Just me. Look at this.
Albie's been out of luck. When you take the mask off of you, there's all of you can see on your face and your hands that there's all this soot and such from that was on the inside of the mask. And when you look at the mask, you see there's etchings on the inside of it that you didn't see before with your 7.
Like on the inside part of it.
On the inside, yeah. It seems like there's drawings on the inside as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna put those drawings here.
Let's fucking get it.
Oh, I don't know why it's rotated like that. Anyway, okay. Yeah. Anyway, that works. So you see, it's got like a some sort of moon, some sort of like it looks like an avocado, blue line going down, and then some strange writing that's up in the corner.
Damn, I'm not seeing it on my end.
Oh, yeah, I put it right next to the. Why is it all moving together? If you zoom out a little bit, does it show up?
Well, that's what I've been doing. Maybe I zoomed out too far.
Maybe if I take this one out.
Because I was in the other one just fine, but I don't know.
Let me see. Let me just look around this thing.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
she's kind of going through that mask. I mean, yeah, she's looking at the mask and reflecting on this map as well. Like, what the dip is going on? Yeah, I don't. It's the same one, the Stern Burr, right?
The what?
Is the name of the room.
sorry. I
It's
don't
all
know what
good.
name. I didn't. I'm just trying to get this thing out here. So, anyway, should still be there. Did it pop up now? But anyhow, yeah,
You want to resend me the link, maybe?
sure.
Strange.
Yeah, it's the same one. Oh, I wonder if there's like a fog or something over it. Oh, I see. Boom, there it is.
Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank
Okay.
you, thank you,
All
thank you,
right.
thank
I know.
you, thank you. We
All
back.
right. No, I'll put this. Oh,
Okay,
oh, wait a minute.
wild as fuck. So this is the map that I'm. This is the inside of the mask. Holy
This is the
shit!
inside of the mask. Yeah.
Holy shit! That's buck wild.
Yeah. And they won't let me move them independently for some reason. I'll figure this out. I just don't really know the program too well
Sure.
anymore. Uh, so anyway, yeah. So you see this kind of on the inside, as you kind of clean off the mask of that sooty varnish, and you hear a rustling in the leaves, and you see your friend come back, and he's holding in his mouth like a coconut branch with 3 coconuts on it.
Oh, wow, you brought me coconuts. Hope you didn't
He
run into any
brings,
damn monkeys trying to stop you from taking them.
and he kind of just cracks them open with his mouth.
And Gabby is extremely impressed because that was literally her first thought. She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to crack this. Whoa. Thank you. I'm thinking about calling you Coco. Do you have a name? Does that work? I don't want to label you with something that doesn't really fill you. But this, oh my God, I can have this, huh? I sort of like reach out and grab it. She's absolutely like trying to not eat it in like shell and all.
He pushes it kind of near you.
Thank you. And she'll just go to town on it.
Okay.
Thank you, Coco. I was kind of worried when you went off. I looked around. There were people here, like people like me, like my size or big. She sort of gestures, kind of like holding the mask for potential reference.
And he kind of walks and over past you and to where the shoreline is, past the huts. The huts are kind of arranged in a circle. Imagine about a circle about 50 feet from hut to hut on end to end, and on the eastern
Got
side,
it.
the western side, is this cove, basically, this large cove.
Got it.
And it's empty except for there's one rowboat in it, and
Ah.
far off on the horizon you can actually see a large rock and island kind of in that hazy range just beyond your eyesight of what appears to be Raven Rock, or as the locals call Parafino. You,
Oh my
I'd
God.
say, yeah, I'd say go ahead and make a nature check, and maybe we can find out how many miles you are away.
Wow. Sweet. Now, John knows this does not affect it, but Gabby pulls out the bone-hilted knife.
Okay.
Right, and I know it doesn't. So it's a 13 plus 4, so that's a 17.
17 is great. You feel like it's about 12, 15 miles away. And you see this like kind of, it's not a shoddy rowboat, but it's a rowboat that's there on the cove. But it looks like you can see there's these places where other boats would have been docked.
Oh.
Not necessarily formal docks, but moorings,
Sure,
ropes that
sure.
are lying on the ground and such like that. But it kind of further cements the idea that this place has been abandoned.
And it seems, and Gabby's getting that. It seems though it's almost like, abandoned. 4 or 5 weeks ago, eh? Like, I mean, in some cases, these vegetables haven't even fully rotted, right? Like,
Right. Yeah. It's
maybe
a
even
recent
less.
kind of situation. I think with that, yeah, with that same nature check, I think you can think about it 3 weeks ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So is and just for reference, DM, is the rest of what I'm looking at, this crescent moon, this sort of circular kind of area, what looks almost like a river, and then what looks almost like a twisting palm within the actual mask. Is any of that represented in the map? And I know I'm kind of jumping back a little bit. I just wanted to make sure.
I'd say roll a history check.
Come on, I can do history.
History, I'm just treating as like any kind of academic pursuit.
No,
Yeah.
understandable. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do this complex math. Roll a history check.
Yeah. Do I remember how to do math? 23.
23. You find it looks like there's similarities. If you turn the map, if it was turned on its side, sorry that it's vertical, it should be kind of on its side. You see the eye holes? Does it make sense
Yeah,
to
no, it
you?
totally does. I'm
All
like
right,
right here
so
with it.
yeah, exactly. So it's like that, but it does kind of match up with you see there's the with a 20 you got a 25 or 23?
23.
23. The moon certainly does look like the cove where those huts are, and those
Mm.
mounds could be the avocado. Uh, there's no tree represented on the map, but there is a river that goes into this kind of swampland. But more so with that hiring role, you recognize the lettering that's on
Is it the
the
cipher from my dad's letter?
not the cipher, but you see the lettering that's on the top right of the skull mask.
What's up, dragon? Got it. Yeah, I see it there. I
You've
rec-
seen it before, and you've seen it around the sides of your far flung map.
Damn.
But it does seem to have some sort of connection.
Gabby sort of like turns back and hey Coco, that island over there, and I sort of point to Parafino. Where we are now, is this island bigger, or do you know? Have you seen all of it?
Mm, um. Mm,
I see. Well, do you want to come with me in this one? Okay.
And he kind of he gently, very gently, kind of goes up to your. You wearing pants or a long skirt?
I'm wearing sort of like a skirt essentially.
He kind of just like takes it in his mouth and just pulls it back towards the village. Hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a lot to think about. That boat does look seaworthy to me, and glad to know that I'm not at the other end of the world, or at least buried somewhere weird. I can see Parafino. I shall rest though. Come, Coco, and sort of telepathically I'll reach out to Albie as well. This little kind of rusty colored raven, and I'm gonna go back in and sit down in one of these, like outside one of these tents, and essentially begin taking a short rest. She's trying to utilize her arcane recovery. There's also a bit of like, what was fucked? Okay, did I leave that? Okay, got my book, good. She like checks her potions and stuff, you know what I mean? Like very much like kind of like almost like checking things off one at a time and then stowing them away. And she's gonna do that. She's gonna take an hour and
Make a Constitution check.
Oh, natural one.
Okay, as you're doing that, and kind of
Damn it.
you're putting everything in order, and the heat of the day is coming, and you drink some water. You start to get very, very tired. Exhaustion kind of sweeps over you, and you pass out.
Oh fuck.
And you hear a voice as you kind of feel yourself in your dreams on the like rocking back and forth on the sea, as if like your internal organs are still in a wave pool, are still
sure,
in
sure.
that on that ship. And you feel this like very, very cold blast of air, and you see this barnacle spiraling down,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you see this giant tree that just starts to kind of grow and grow and grow and grow, straight up towards 3 moons above the peak of this giant palm tree. When you wake up, it's um, just before dawn.
Oh, fuck me. Damn it.
Your wounds have fresh grass, and you can really smell this eucalyptus scent that's all over you now. There's a new bucket of water, and Coco is just lying there asleep when you wake up.
I must have needed that rest a little bit more than I realized. She looks...
And you recover from a full rest on this one.
A full rest! Let's fucking get it! Yo! Massive bugles. Oh. God damn it, Brian. You're fucking rocking me. These are haymakers to Gabby. She like looks around and like, I feel like the way, maybe some of this even happened is like 3 potions are out. Her one of the spells, like, she was thinking about casting comprehend languages. And she's like, oh, fuck, like, was I snoring? Does she see a third moon?
Make a perception check.
Okay. This dice that Claire made me, that is green screened and you can't see it, so it looks like it's just floating, is going away. Okay. That's a 4. Madra's dark die is coming out. Let's fucking rip.
Okay. Madra's got a good die.
Yeah, she knows how to fucking roll. Okay, so yes, a 3 or a 4.
You kind of look up, and it was kind of in the back of your head. It almost haunted you from the dream until you wake up and you realize that you're marooned on yet another island. But you look up to see, and the stars are just kind of the very last remnants are twinkling in the sky as the sun is starting to encroach on the night sky. You see the sliver of one moon, the full glory of another, and nothing in between.
Wow. Okay, treating it like a long rest. She's going to just switch out one of her prepared spells.
Okay.
And she's like feeling honestly like pretty well rested. But on top of that is feeling this almost like soaring sense of like promise of like overcoming and success to a degree that like she really hasn't experienced. She's gonna pull out this mask and sort of finish tidying and putting things away. If there's half of the coconut left, she's gonna devour it and tuck
There's
it.
not only half of a coconut you see beside you, there's 8 more coconut that are already cracked and waiting, as well as a full bucket of water.
If I see Coco, I'm just gonna like touch the center of my chest and like almost like curtsy from the seated position. Thank you. I mean, come here. There's got to be something I have that you could like. I mean, come here. And she's gonna like begin like munching on this and is going to lay out. John is tempted to just tie this silk scarf around this dinosaur's sweet little head. But is not going to, because Gabby, it's one of the largest purchases she's ever made, and she would absolutely not give that up. It's so funny. All she has is like ink and paper and coin, and she's feeling so stuffy and so aware that she doesn't really have much to offer outside of what was sort of yielded up by the sort of jungle and sort of the wildness and magic of the forests of Portofino. And she's gonna lay out, I mean, fuck it, she's gonna lay out, I guess 2 of the dragon's teeth and just sort of lay them out and perhaps lay out, some of the other flowers that she'd come by as well, just like in the name of like, you know, maybe a basket orchid, and but just in the name of you know, like offering. I doubt he wants to eat them, but it's just me sort of like laying them out, and I begin talking about them a little bit. I show some of the potions. You know, if you ever do find yourself, you know, swimming across or coming across, there's a man, a very kind man, that lives sort of atop a lot of these twisting pine trees. They honestly don't look too different from this. And I point on the mask, and would you ever drink a potion, like one that could make you climb, like anything?
He kind of just looks at it, curious.
And I pull out one of the potions of climbing, and I sort of demonstrate for him, but like Gabby's gonna try to do it with her fucking teeth, like popping off the cork that's sort of stoppered in this thing. I don't know if that's a challenge for her, but if you get this off, you see, and you drink it, I'm not gonna do it, but and I'll sort of thumb it, but you drink it, you can climb anything. Yeah. Just for
make a animal handling check.
Okay, fuck. Come on, baby. Yes. Right. Major's dice with a natural 13. I feel like that's appropriate. What is that? That's awful. That's a 14.
Okay.
Not that bad.
And you see it, he kind of looks and just slithers his head around, like, and it kind of comes out, like, extends forward and goes down to the bucket. And it sticks his forked tongue. It kind of comes out of his mouth and gets very skinny, and sucks a little bit of the water out of the bucket. And then do you hold the potion up to him?
Well, I do. I'm sort of like, you know what? How many do I have left? Let me make sure. No, I'm good. I've got quite a few. Yeah, I'll be like, try it. Go on.
And you see his tongue just kind of gently just go down into this vial. Just like and this liquid just kind of absorb into his tongue and pull it out and it's dry.
Give it a shot. Like, just set up one of those. Yeah.
And you see him like just start kind of freaking out and like going in a circle as like one foot stuck on the ground and one foot.
It's a little bit heady. Yeah, at first it can be a little bit weird for sure, but just trust it. You can let it go. Like, it's up to you when you stick. It's up to you when you stick. It's up to you. You've got it. You're in control.
He's digging. Make another animal handling.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm like, wait. That is a 7. God damn it! I'm rolling so bad today.
And like you see, like just like he's like pushing down the grass hut. There's like grass stuck to his hand.
Yeah.
And
well, at worst, it'll only be an hour. And then it'll be just back the way it was. So,
he's just got like everything he touches is just
exactly. His hands are like super blue. I'm like, it is a bit strange. Yeah, okay, all right.
There's a palm tree that kind of overhangs from the beach over, and he kind of goes and then hits that, and it sticks to it, and he puts another one, and it sticks to it. And he starts climbing up.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And he keeps climbing up.
Coco, that's right. Just put it in.
And now it starts to really like tilt.
Now keep it now.
He's going. And you hear.
It's fun though. Yeah.
Now let's see how well this tree does.
And Gabby is really feeling like a wizard. It's chaos, but it's working.
Yeah. As you do that, you see he comes down and like. The palm tree is like twisting and turning and it bends all the way down to the ground, like over near this kind of center campfire in the middle of the village, and you hear the palm tree just go.
Oh, all right, yeah, 10. That's 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's really good, Coco. You nailed that. You got right exactly where you needed to be. It's strange at first, yeah, but you could see yourself like climbing a rock face, or, I mean, you know, or not. But at least it was an experience. I've gifted you that. Thank you. Your kindness, in keeping me alive has been tremendous and appreciated. It really has. Well, damn. That was almost a little bit too much. Albie, you want some? I say like completely joking, but Albie's dumbass. I'm like, no. It's not for you. You'll get stuck. You don't want that. Give me a once-over. Just, maybe half a mile. See what you see, huh? Before we get completely in the darkness. And Gabby's going to go, and she, is really... Like, it's an adventure. She for the first time in all of this, like, truly for the first time, she thinks of Marcellus. And she's like, oh, no, he's probably going to be worried half to death. And it's probably the nap. It's probably these dreams, being dragged through the forest, ending up here, like the water itself, and, like, almost being, like, pulled to safety. She looks again at this mask, and... she's reminded of some of her more recent dreams. I mean, like, literally being in a brinacle, one that just descended into the depth. Yeah. I mean, does she know anything? Has she heard any stories about brinicles? Like, is there anything that, is in her, like, has crossed her path? I mean, like, it could totally be no.
Use the major die and roll a history check.
For sure. History she can do. Okay, let's go. 14 for a dirty 20.
Ooh, dirty 20? Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah. You know that they are these ice vortexes in the southern seas. You've never been to the southern seas.
Love it.
I don't believe. But,
love it.
And
of course they would.
In general, like, the water in the south, south of Talbot's Pass, the water is very, very cold. North of Talbot's Pass, the water is generally very warm, and especially where you are right now, the water is borderline like hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like probably 76 degrees, 80 degrees.
It's gross.
So it's like almost like not refreshing.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's a river in Texas, by the way. I can
yeah.
Like, I mean, that feeling of being like, God damn, it's hot, and being like, oh shit,
it's still hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So wild. But hold on. Oh. So you know that they exist down there. You know that your father used to mine them. Mm-hmm. That in your youth, when you were younger, well, you had a lot more wealth because he was mining these brinicles. There's all sorts of. It basically, what you do know is that they pull in a lot of minerals and treasures that are lost in the ocean kind of get pulled in, sucked in to these brinicles, and it really has attraction on diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, platinum kind of emerges out of these things, as well as these blue shards, which you are very into because they're they're called lumens, and they are magical. They have an incredible magical property. It's how wizards and magicians and all the academies, they want as many as they can to start to study so they can unlock the secrets of the universe. So that's the highest, and then an emerald would be the lowest thing that you could possibly find in a brinicle.
Wow.
They're incredibly dangerous. And in fact, your father, and he's never talked to you about it, but you can gather that he was very successful and his luck ran out. Because he never mined another one again. And he never actually went south of Talbot's Pass again.
But
that was a long time ago.
I knew him to have sailed, because he and I sailed the south a little bit, right?
The south you guys went?
Well, I'm asking you, like, I remembered it. Yeah, got it, right, got it. Okay, no, of course. Yeah, no. Only places I sailed with him was sort of in the Far Flung Islands, was around here.
Oh, and you'd gone all the way south to Talbot's Pass. I believe you've seen Talbot's Pass and seen into the southern seas, but you definitely didn't go on any expeditions into the southern seas. As far as, unless, you had a dream about it once.
Yeah.
This is now your second brinicle dream, I believe.
Wow, exactly. No, the first one being on the ship, right? Yeah. Wow. Okay. It has damn, I mean, I think, you know what? I'm gonna see if Albie sees anything. Like, unless it's going to be dark in the next 45 minutes, is it?
No, it's I
Is it
think by
dark?
now the sun's just come up.
Oh,
You
sun's
you
just
woke
come up.
up
I
just
slept
before
that long.
dawn.
Oh my
Yeah. You
God.
slept a very, very long
Wow,
time.
I get it. I
Yeah.
love those sleeps. Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna see if Albie what he sees as he makes about like a little bit less than a mile kind of radial loop. Just seeing if he sees any breaks. He knows the drill, like movement, looking for life.
Should make a perception check.
That is a 19.
19.
And
He gets about a mile away, further inland. You want to start inland or out to sea? Which one do you want to
good
do?
question. I guess inland, and he'll kind of
Okay.
spiral out.
So he flies out, and a mile will get you about halfway to those hills on that map. You see that? Like the first hill, there's two sets of hills and a river in between. You see the anyway,
Wait,
but
I'm,
it gets
I'm
about
pulling in.
yeah, it gets about halfway there, and you can see this hill has make a perception check for Albie, please.
Sure. Okay, pretty good. He has better perception than I, +2, so that's a 16.
16. Okay. He sees these stone monuments laid out on these hills that are the closest to you in almost very ritualistic order, almost as if it's a funeral grounds or a sanctuary of some sort. You
Wow.
do see a river that runs between, and on the far edge of the island, he sees this giant farmland and this dust cloud
Wow.
that's coming from it. And the dust cloud is kind of obscures the eastern part of this island, past the river, maybe a couple miles.
Got it. Okay, great. Damn, love it. I just want to make sure I have it right. Now, relative to the Far Flung Isles map,
Mm-hmm.
we're on Raven Rock. This leads me to believe that I'm on that larger western island. I mean, this is kind of above table John talking. Like, I know Gabby doesn't know that, right? I'm more just trying to like.
Well, make a survival check.
Cool,
See,
cool.
you have both maps looking at it, looking
Yes.
through, and you know where Raven Rock is. And if you assume that you're on the eastern side and you're looking kind of east and down,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what did you get?
I rolled a 18.
An 18? All right, that's good. Well, so it feels like you're on this island here. And
Got it.
whoever made this, you can get a sense that whoever made this map wasn't paying attention to scale too much.
Got
That
it.
this-
That's cool. That's so realistic. That's very real.
Sorry.
That's very real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had that. Yeah. But yeah, you get the sense that you're just north of Raven Rock,
Wow.
and the water's warmer.
Okay, Albie. Well, yeah, he would eventually come back into range. No, we could still telepathically communicate up to a mile. I just can't see through him like that. So I'd be like, all right, get in. Coco, I'm thinking of walking.
I was kind of still like
Yeah.
wrestling with the broken
Oh
palm
my
tree.
God.
You can see him.
Yeah.
He's like taking a hand off, like, and putting it back on. He's like starting to figure it out, and like no, and like some of the other fronds are like dropping off, knowing that he has the.
Yeah.
But it's just so strange. Like he doesn't understand that he can mentally tell objects to
Sure.
quit sticking to him. But
I like mage hand over and try to help, like just pulling stuff off.
yeah,
like
he's
feeling-
figuring it out.
Like feeling amused, floored, and also kind of tickled. Right.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't want that. I tried. But I sort of go over there and I give him a little Scrooge, and I'm like, so I'm planning on going. Albie, my familiar. I'm a wizard. I don't know if you know. Right. That's probably anyway. I'm going. I think I'm gonna go. I saw some farmlands and like some statues set up and what appeared like a bit of a. Not sure if it was natural or not, but like a dust storm sort of swooping past it, and well, the day's young, and I think I could probably get there in no more than a couple hours. I didn't know if you wanted to walk with me.
he kind of gets this like you can see his body posture and it kind of change and stiffen, and he walks behind you, and his mouth and his head kind of go up your shirt, and they start like peeling back some of the eucalyptus grass that's been on it,
Oh.
and you can feel this little tongue kind of like touching, and it's smarts, but it feels like it's kind of sealed and not opening. If you
Oh.
laughed really hard, it wouldn't open, and he starts kind of pulling it off, and then like looking, and he gets kind of excited, starts tugging your pant that direction. Mm, mm,
Towards the
mm,
towards sort of the jungle.
mm. Towards the jungle.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you. That very good at that. All right, Albie, you 100 feet ahead. Coco, you, I guess wherever you like to be, and off we go.
And he kind of takes you, and once he sees that you're going, he turns around and starts like clearing a path. And there's a path already, but like
Aw.
moving stuff with his head, boom, 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 like because it's thick jungle, and he's finding this way, navigating this western pathway.
This is beyond sweet. Like I mean, I think there's like a because of the. I mean, yeah. Like I mean, for this is Gabby. This is Gabby. Like honestly, like reverting. Feels very much like what she wanted. She didn't have any full-blooded siblings, and I mean, yeah. Outside of Charla, like Scarlett, her stepmom didn't really give shit, and man, this is like a proper kind of romp, huh? She's like almost skipping at times and sort of running and like finding ways to sort of be distracted. Like I feel like probably Coco has to come back a couple times and be like, let's go, you know?
Yeah. All right.
But man,
You
she's
find that there's some like pretty flowers
yeah,
and such.
exactly. Like
Things.
she
You're
still feels
"Ooh."
like she's erranding a bit, you know?
And every time you kind of get distracted and move away, like Coco does turn around and just, it's always gentle, but pulling on your leg and guiding you
So
continually to
there's
the
just
east.
so much that I've never seen. I mean, even you, I had no idea. I mean, it's like I've stepped into a book. I'm sorry. Let's make on, because I want to leave enough time just in case we do need to get out of here. Can't live on coconuts forever, although they are nutrient rich. And she's, I think, unless John, am misinterpreting the flow of information,
Huh.
it seemed like the statues sort of were closer than sort of some of this
Yeah.
farmland and this dust.
I think even though Coco's making a pathway for you through the jungle, it's still pretty thick jungle. It's still kind of difficult to wander. You're having your own musings off, but it takes about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, still early morning, and you get to the base of this series of hills that seem to be kind of built one on top of the other, almost to as if it was sculpted. The map doesn't really do it justice, and you get a sense like it's almost man-made and in levels, and you can see some stairs that are leading up. Coco, however, is clearing through it and is pulling like around the hills to keep going.
Oh,
And
like he doesn't want to stop at these statues.
yeah, you get the sense that he wants to keep going, but you're stopped. You have these stairs, and Coco turns around and
Just a minute, just be one, just a quick sec. And she's gonna sort of, go up there and she's actually gonna begin ritually casting detect magic.
okay, yeah. And you stand there, and the whole like Coco, you have to kind of brush Coco aside as he keeps trying to pull on your leg to pull you east, very excitedly. And 10 minutes go by, and you have to detect magic up. You're at the base of these stairs. It's not the longest climb in the world, but it is a little bit of a climb to get up there. Uh,
Yeah, no.
but you want to head up?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
The place is
So
lovely.
take two. You see these. There are these posts with the same. I don't know, is cuneiform the right word? The lettering of
Yeah.
that's on the map and on the inside of the mask.
Shit.
Kind of worn and old posts that go up every so often. You're not getting any sort of magical sense. And after about 4 minutes, Well, let's see if it's 4 6 minute. Make a Constitution check.
Sure.
Come on. You did just make
That is an 8.
an 8, so about six
Yeah.
minutes. You get up to the top of this hill, and you don't. What's the range on detect magic?
60 feet.
60 feet. You're not picking up on anything magical,
Okay.
but there are these markers, and you just get this sense of
Oh, it's
like
30 feet.
holiness
It's 30 feet. I'm sorry.
of 30 feet. They're lined in a way of and I'd say go ahead and make an investigation for me.
That is a 17.
17. The pathways through the markers are in a sort of walking labyrinth, not a maze, but something contemplative, meditating.
Sure.
You begin to kind of walk it, feeling you begin to notice that the grass is kind of like worn down in these areas. Doesn't And it kind of creates a perfect pathway that these steps that you're on have been tread for thousands of years almost,
Hmm.
and that these are burial markers.
Ah, wow.
And you wonder if over the years the layers have been added on top. It kind of feels that way. That this
Interesting.
is a graveyard on top of a graveyard on top of a graveyard for generations and beyond generations, eons of families that had lived here. But it feels like a very holy place.
Ooh.
And it's starting to get a little overgrown at this point. And off in the distance, you see the clouds, these kind of burnt brown orange clouds that clutter up the eastern part of this island. But you see the river and how it cuts through the jungle and the trees, and it descends into what looks like a swamp marsh. And you see one tree growing up, and it's not a twisted palm.
Hmm.
It's more like a Roman pine, with just like a large trunk and a huge canopy that extends horizontally, and it sticks out from the rest of it. That's southern. That's if we're looking at the big one, I can do a little. Oh, that's a draw. This one, like here-ish.
Is there a map that has fog over it, maybe?
Oh.
Above the Far Flung map?
Ah,
There we
sorry.
go. There we go.
God, you haven't
Nice.
seen that the whole time?
No, I haven't seen it. Now I got it.
Oh no, what a jerk.
No, dude, this is rad.
I just I gotta figure out. I mean, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, dude, we're there. Dang. So this is the treasure map.
Yeah, it seems to have some resemblance to it.
Wow. Okay. And this is just etched into the stone itself?
The map?
Well, like I mean, there's the map I found.
Yeah.
And is that this?
Yes, that's this.
I see.
Yeah, sorry. I thought that I put it up
No.
then, and I guess it had fog over it, so
Got it. Wow.
I couldn't see the fog.
Okay, and I think that I'm sort of in the southern side of this wild. Well, and I look down, I see Coco down there. Graves, huh? Interesting. Am I seeing, like, if I pull out the letter from my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I look also at this mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also have this map of the Far Flung Islands that, ringing its exterior, bears this similar kind of rune work almost, right? This sort of almost like cryptic markation. Gabby's going to, Dang. Do I? Well, okay. I'm so torn.
You're looking at all three of these together?
I'm tempted to look at all three. I'm tempted to also try to get a feel for like geographically what is going on based off of what I saw from Albie relative to this map. Like more or less, where am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'd say, well, all right. Make an investigation to
Cool.
study the maps, to study the writing.
That is a 13.
13. Your father's letter was written in Common. So these are different languages, but you kind of are looking for those little hooks and those small little look like imperfections in the lettering.
Sure.
And you don't see any on these. It seems like these letters are very similar. Whatever mistakes are on them look natural and they don't repeat. You pick up a little bit with the 13 about from your father's letter, which you begin to dwell on a little bit. It's just, and it could just be your mind, how it carries away with you, but the word moon is written like a charm on the father, what your father wrote.
Like almost like a somatic component.
Yeah, like it says you see the word moon, but it's written as she'll be over the moon, right? As opposed to talking about a moon, and it just hits you. I think possibly because of the dream that you had, and it kind of confuses you. But then you go back, and there doesn't seem to be any similarities at all to your father's letter and the writing that's on your map that you got from his book, and the mask.
Right.
And the lettering that's on all these gravestones up at the top
Got
of
it.
the thing.
And is there any overlap between that exchange of 3 and 4?
3 and 4. Oh,
well, I know the letter is written in Common, so it's not.
Right.
But I'm curious. Of
all of these lettering is the same.
Got
You
it.
know, yeah. All the lettering is the same.
Okay. Well, I think she'll tuck these things away. And if in looking at this map now, kind of putting away the letter and putting the skull mask again, like to the side, her immediate thought is there's a river on the mask, and there's a river here, like clearly like separated.
Yeah.
I like heading that direction with Coco towards the farms in the dust storm. Is there a way to do that like along the river? Do I see a river?
I think you'll have to cross the river to get to the eastern side.
I see.
So it seems like it would just be, there's no pathways that you can really tell. I mean, not really to your eyes.
Got it. Yeah.
There's the tree is here, you're here, you can gather.
Got
right?
it. Cool.
And this is where the grass huts were.
Very cool. Got it.
This is kind of, and then the dust storm kind of happens where you can see a little bit of, figures moving and such, but it just seems like it's just
Sure.
very more like sand and dirt clouds.
Got it. Awesome. Okay. So she's gonna come down these steps and honestly maybe stop, like have a little water, have another coconut, and then continue on to the river.
Okay.
She's not gonna cross it. And she's kind of going to defer to Coco, right, who's like making the path, but her intention is to follow this river north, basically.
North to those other hills?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So you're gonna go to the northern hills? Okay, cool. So and he's trying to get you to cross, and you're kind of continuing to go, and he goes with you reluctantly, but he's still walking with you.
In DM, do I get the sense he wants to go a different direction, or is
He wants to go further east, but he's not rebelling too much about this.
Got it.
And make a survival check.
Sure. Come on, Major's dice. What the fuck? That's a 4.
4. It's a little kind of hairy. It's just really thick jungle.
Yeah.
As you're kind of going up, you have to get into the water at some point, and the water's flowing south from these hills, and you kind of ride him on the
Yeah.
way
Fuck yeah.
there, and like
I know how Yoshi
it's like,
works.
oh, yeah, and he's a very strong swimmer, and he swims upstream for these parts, and you're wet, but you put together that he pulled you through and must have swam for 15 miles with you on his back. It's a very strong boy.
Holy. Oh, right. When we got there, exactly. I
When you
had that
got
thought.
there,
I had that thought. Yeah.
but he gets out, and it takes a few hours, but you get to a similar set of hills that are similarly built. One platform on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, and similar staircase leading up, and postings with the lettering on it as well.
Interesting. And I can't crack this rune work, huh? Like, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if it's like straight up, if it's a language thing, then I probably can't, because I only speak Common and Elvish. I just don't know if it was like an Arcana thing, I guess, is what I meant.
It's not Common or Elvish.
Cool.
I think that
It
make a history check.
cool. And it's all good if it's just like a language I don't speak. I just wasn't sure if it was, something else. 22.
22. Kind of looking at it, you feel like it's a language that's not too far from your own.
In terms of common?
Yeah. That the symbols are just different, but maybe the words are the same.
Whoa. We're all sort of connected, right? We're all sort of one. You see how she's like going back between this mask and like edges of it, and she wants so bad to read the script on the inside of the mask, because she feels really pretty solid that it's more or less meant to be a more specific interpretation of this larger map. But she gets there and she's going to again take 10 minutes and ritual cast detect magic. And she's going to walk around this area looking for, of course, anything that lights up is magical, but more the sort of just seeing, like, are there any sort of like headstones? Is there some spot that seems like, with these terraces and layers, like there's a space maybe like hidden within? Basically anything that might be more than meets the eye. She's trying to see if there's like.
Yeah. Okay.
It seems so intentional, right?
Yeah.
Did you ask me for something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make an investigation.
Investigation. You got it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a 23.
Okay. As you're kind of walking down this first and second layer, and you see something kind of in the second layer that reminded you of something you saw in the first, but it almost, because you're thinking that these are man-made, these layers, right?
Right.
And you see kind of an arc made out of stones, but ancient, and it's hard to tell. So you go to the third layer, and it's a little bit easier to tell. And then the fourth layer, there's you can see there's this archway of stones as you're going up. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And you get to the fourth layer, and you can see this arch of stones, now that you're looking for it, that is filled up with stones and dirt, as if at one point this was a tunnel that led into it, but has since been carefully filled.
Interesting.
And as you get to the top, when you got a 20, what did you get, 23? 23. You get the sense that what this is that whoever these people were or are, they would bury their dead, and then they would move earth on top of their dead and bury more dead on top, so that each layer is like this is like the first layer on the ground floor is like, and who knows if there's anyone buried underneath, but that would be 1,000 years ago, 900 years ago, 800 years ago, 700. And as it keeps on rising up until you get to the top, and it's similar labyrinth style. And in fact, this one is kind of rocked off, as you see it's a little bit more compact with markers, and you can see they're starting to build a tunnel with the rocks. But you notice that for a second until you hear Coco.
Whoa.
You look to the south, and through the dust, you see these twisted palm trees being erected, being pulled up, and they're like 100 feet tall, or not 100, but like 70 feet tall, being pulled up. They're roped on one end, and on the other end are large adult dinosaurs that are pulling.
Oh, sort of. I saw pictures of this kind of.
Well,
no, they were carrying baskets. Carrying baskets.
You saw it in a way. Yes, I think so. I mean, you're still a little bit far away, but make a perception check.
Dinosaurs, like they're pulling them up with their mouth or like with ropes.
They have ropes. We'll see see what you see. It's like there's ropes attached to the trees and ropes attached to the dinosaurs.
Got it. I got a 13.
13. You see them pulling up, and you see smaller figures down below. And something that kind of shudders where you see, and it must be huge compared to the one you fought in the cave, but rats.
Amongst oh my god.
Amongst the dinosaurs and the men, and it looks as if the dinosaurs have these ropes tied around them.
I'm gonna send Albie down.
Okay.
So just innocuously, but like he's gonna get close.
So as Albie goes down, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. Just make a stealth check.
Sure.
It's a strange bird on the island.
No, for him.
Oh, yeah, for him. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, natural 19. I think that's. I think it's still +2. I think that's 21.
Okay. So as you get closer, they're pulling up these trees in these spiral trees, kind of in a row, like irrigated, and you see these. He sees these. Dinosaurs, these large beasts of animals, 15, 20 feet tall, but they have these collars on and these ropes that are attached to them. And there's men and rats down at the bottom, and the men seem to have this floating disc that is electrified. And you can see the electric pulses and hitting the dinosaur. And you're hearing this, and the rats are snipping and snapping, and it seems like they're using the dinosaurs to work. And further south, they're tearing down these natural palms and ferns and clearing a path as well. But that's why all this dust is kicking up, because
I see.
And then
I see.
Yeah, and he sees a little bit through the dust towards the south. He can see a glass building, maybe about 50 feet tall. It looks similar to Marcellus's, actually, his greenhouse to the south.
Damn. Okay, so to the south there's like a man-made greenhouse, huh?
Yeah.
And how many rats and humans we talking?
Quite a few. Probably about 20 rats and maybe 10 humans, 20 rats. Maybe more rats.
Damn. And how far away am I from this greenhouse?
Pretty far, because you're on the northern side of the
hills?
farmland. Yeah.
Got it.
So it would be like whatever you came from here and tracked down to here and then up here.
Right.
And so like you're probably about the same distance down. You can just see it a little bit more because you're actually, the dust is kind of covering up this hill as well, so you're in it. A few miles.
Got it. Yeah. No, I'm with all that. But I don't have to pass these humans to get to the greenhouse, right?
It just depends on how you go. Like you can go back down by the river and go around, or if you go straight through the new.
I see. So on the Albert, like is this the greenhouse down here?
Yeah. See that the FIFA World Cup statue?
Yeah. Is that Blinksy? That's so funny, Brian. I love it, dude. Okay. Okay. Because she's got a little bit of a vantage point, and because she kind of has this hunch, and she like loves fucking puzzles and shit, she's gonna pull out the mask again and see if there is if she geographically gets a feel, and like John, we could both be way off on this, but you know, like she's seen some of this island, she's moved up, you know, she keeps looking for, like, in her opinion, like a twisting palm, you know, relative to the river. It's kind of like the vibe she got. But you know, does this mask map make any more sense to her now?
Yeah, I think.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
make a investigation.
Okay, cool. Come on, baby. That is a 17.
17. I think even the twisting palm you're looking at and you, it's hard, but yeah, it looks like the river and the burial mound and the crescent cove kind of line up pretty well, and that the tree, you remember seeing this like strange Roman pine, and you
Right.
notice on the map, like, there's not a twisting palm here. It's a, you know, it's that one with a really flat canopy.
Oh, on the mask map?
Oh, do you see it, the
Yeah.
mass
Oh, yeah,
map?
yeah, for sure.
You see down,
I
so
should have
at the
clarified,
bottom.
dude. I should have clarified. You're right. It's not fully twisting at all. I guess in my mind, I just like made it that.
Oh, it's okay. I think,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
if you look at it, it looks more like the one that you saw
Oh
from on top of
my,
the
my,
hill.
my, 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 my. Look at that. I sort of like, and I remember Albie's like flying, and then I'm alone. Oh, She smiles. She's sort of thinking of Brist in this moment, feeling like he would have been immensely proud of her. She's going to head back to that pine. She's going to head back to the top of that hill.
You going down? All right. So as you kind of go down the steps, you hear this, like Coco stays behind, and as you get to halfway down, you hear this very mournful and just reverberates this loud ring, and then you hear from the fields people, dinosaurs doing the same back, this loud wailing moan that Coco does, and Albie kind of sees probably some heads turn, but and some rats kind of bite and claw. Some of the electrical shocks go off, and the dinosaurs start getting back to work, and Coco comes down the hill.
I'm so sorry to see that, Coco.
Hmm.
I mean, how long has it been like that? A long time, or just a little bit?
Hmm.
A long time?
Hmm.
Kinda. I hate that. I hate seeing that. Is that your family?
Hmm.
It's awful. Well, I mean, is there a way to get those collars off them? Do you know? Have you seen it, or do you know anything about that at all?
His eyes kind of look up at you and kind of tilt down, and he gently grabs your skirt and pulls just a bit, and then nudges you with his nose. Hmm.
Oh, you want me to?
Hmm.
She's like doing the math in her head and like hating it. She's like, I mean, you saw I got bested by one rat. And, you know, she's not liking this. She's like feeling, you know, like immensely supported and helped by this creature. And, you know, obviously, I just hate seeing this situation. Damn. So I think, and am I at that pine right now?
Then we can say that I was picturing you were still kind of up in that
Sure. No.
thing. But if you want to continue, yeah, you can it's just gonna take a few hours to get there, and a little bit quicker because you realize that Albie gets in the river. No, I mean, not Albie. Coco gets in the
Coco
river.
got it. Fuck yeah.
And able to kind of ride the stream down once he knows that that's where you want to go. Keeps trying to get off the shore, but you keep saying no, further.
Yeah. Like I can handle it. I'm fine. It's quite cool.
Yeah. You come out of the jungle, the canopy, which had been in this beautiful bower. You kind of come out of it, into this murky swamp.
Mm.
Not necromantic or evil, but just like bayou,
Yeah,
you know?
sure. Know it
Um,
well. Know it well.
and you and he has to kind of like sludge, but you can see this magnificent tree rising out of the sludge.
Wow. Well, look at that. Hmm. This is a strange island you call home, but it's charming in its own way, Coco. I wonder if. Hmm. She's gonna look around. I mean, she wants to. This tree is more than 30 feet away.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How far does it need to be to present the majesty of the tree? I'd say
Yeah,
500
no, sure. At
yards.
least 120, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, 500 yards. So it's a little bit of a hike through the sludge.
Sure, sure.
Coco's gonna help you get through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna head that way. I don't have an answer for, you know, a bunch of humans and a bunch of rats. Um,
I know,
no, no, yeah, no, no, no. I'm not.
but
Yeah,
Coco believes in you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, as does Gabby, as does me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna go into this fucking swamp, dude, and like, honestly, I'm gonna put on the mask.
All right. You throw on the mask. Make a survival check as you go through.
Come on, baby. Man, god damn it, it's a 7.
Ooh,
Everybody's cut.
seven's not
Trying to
good.
use yeah. Keep a major out. I'm grabbing the copper boy. I'm just gonna do it.
Coco did better.
Good.
There's we don't have to harsh on it too long, but there is an Artex moment where you are falling and sinking, and Coco's able to, but this time Coco's able to pull you out
Man, I've made
of
this
the sludge.
poor thing
Um,
just saved my life so many times.
you are, uh, probably drenched about belly button down of
Yeah.
this muck, this mud and mush, uh, and you find yourself at the base of this tree,
Oh,
the
Mom.
trunk of which is about uh, 6 feet, around and it just stretches high up, and it just doesn't match anything that's around it. It's just getting so much nutrient from the mud or something, but it's just really stretching out this beautiful branch, is almost like a gigantic fan or like a Vegas tail feather.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
absolutely. That resonates with her.
Yeah.
Scarlett was such a fucking beep. Oh my. Albie, would you zip up there and just see? And I'm gonna. If it is it taller than 100 feet?
No, just about 80, something
Cool.
like that, 80, 70.
I'm gonna rest a hand on this tree, and I'm gonna look through Albie's eyes, and I'm going to just see if I'm climbing into a fucking like giant hawk's nest. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
There's a V rock. He swings down.
yeah.
You're level. All right. No, you get up to Albie. Make an investigation for Albie.
Cool. Nice. Well, I think it'd probably be his investigation, so we'll call that a +1 for a 14.
14. He kind of circles around, and goes up to the very top, starts coming down, and about 50 feet down as he's spiraling, he goes back up again, and he sees this bark in the tree, and it begins to kind of, as it notices him, and there's a branch that hangs out from it, it opens up.
Oh my! And as soon as I see like the spiral, I'm like, be right up, and I'm gonna leave its eyes, and I'm gonna look at Coco, and I'm gonna be like, I don't. And just slowly, I'm not gonna force you, but now that you have the hang of it, it's under your belt and it's sort of easy. And I'll hold up 2 of my 8 remaining potions of climbing, and I'll be like, should we both go?
And you see this kind of light go on in his eye.
Like I flip the mask over and I point to the to the that sort of same like cylinder kind of thing.
And and he kind of just
Yeah, come here.
tugs on you a little bit.
I kind of crack both off, and I hand one to him, and I down mine.
Okay. And he sticks his.
Fuck yeah.
Are you gonna climb up?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm just adjusting my potion count. And come on, just follow me.
Go flying off the shelves.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Oh my gosh, a bunch of sailors.
You know your DM well. Like Brian will never give you a store.
Yeah.
You'll never find a store as long as I'm the DM.
Well, you know what? We're out here in the wild. These are some wild islands. That's so funny, man.
So good. So no requirement either. No rule needed. You're able to just boom, boom, boom. And Coco, you kind of look. You get up about 20 feet and look down, and you see like just an understanding and and he follows you right up. And each the tree's gigantic, but you can feel the vibrations of each one of his paws. I mean, he probably weighs 700 pounds or something.
Yeah. It's so funny, but he's like so compact but so heavy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
It's like a pit bull that's about 3 feet tall and 3.5 feet long,
made of plate.
Yeah, but you go up about 60 feet and you get to where Albie was, and it's very odd. There's a branch, and the bark is open, and inside the bark, stone walls and tunnels and stairs leading down into darkness, but you can see it curve to the left.
Wow.
As you kind of look at that and then look around, doesn't make any sort of physical sense.
Wow, okay. Oh my god. Okay, wild. My. Sorry, I'm just making a bunch of notes. I'm gonna go down. I mean, you kidding me?
Okay.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna try to get like a break off a piece of bark, or if there's some piece of gravel, a tiny stone would do. But I'm gonna grab some.
There's bark like that. I'm imagining this like thick redwood bark on the side. And maybe also like a leaf. It would look like a small green fern leaf, a kind of an obscure branch that won't make it. But for now, it's fresh.
No, that's even better. I'm gonna take it and slice it off with my dagger, and I'm gonna cast light on it.
Okay. And it brightens up.
And I'm just gonna like drop this leaf, and Albie, would you mind? And I'm gonna drop it as I, step back enough to feel safe. But I'm gonna shift into his eyes, and I'm just gonna see again. It's another canary in a coal mine situation with Albie, but I just all I can go is 100 feet in terms of sharing visibility, but that's what she's gonna do.
Okay, are you entering? So Albie goes in.
Yeah.
Are you entering as well? Or are you staying on the outside?
No, it's a spiral staircase, right?
It's not a spiral. It's more of a it's like a stone steps in a cave tunnel that kind of just twist around to the left, but not in a spirally way, but just more of a meandering kind of way.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is okay. Got you. I was saying it wrong. So it wouldn't make sense to drop it in that a leaf in that scenario. But I'll take like a leaf or a bark. I'll cast light on it, and I'll just sort of give it to Albie. Go take it.
Yeah.
He'll just bite it. And I'm first gonna send him in, and I'm gonna send him in and just look, and then and then I'm gonna step in after him. I think. Except.
So as you look and you're on the outside, usually when you look through Albie's eyes, it's just it's as if you're flying around, and it's exhilarating. Gabby's flying around, and it's one of her favorite things.
Yeah. This
is spotty, like flash, flash, flash. You see a little like your connection to Albie is staticky and radar-y. But he goes down this tunnel, and then he's in a large chamber, and there's stone floor with a red carpet, and a table, and it's just flashing in and out, in and out. And you see on the table a small stool under and a large stack of paper, an ink quill, and a large vial of ink.
And Albio kind of land, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like, you know,
Yeah, it's
and
very staticky.
and I'm just gonna have him like hop around, and it clearly to me is like, I'm like, okay, this is wild, and
Mhm.
it seems to me like, a cachet, but like, I mean, similar to trying to sleep in a cave in the wilderness. Like, I don't want to wander into someone's fucking fortress, although she probably wouldn't frame it that way, but she feels confident in this moment and is going to look back at Coco and sort of give him a smile and then head
He's
down.
got a leaf in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, would you like that? I'll cast light on it as well. And yeah, drop it at any time. And I'll go in, man. I'm gonna go in and hook a left.
Right. You go in, and your connection with Albie immediately comes back. And
Wow.
Coco follows you, confused as well.
Wow.
And this is a moment where I have to ask John, because I don't know the ins and outs of Albert, that I need to have you just turn away for a little bit.
Sure,
All right.
sure. I'm away. Our viewers
Or just
can still enjoy.
don't look at the Albert at least. Maybe maybe get your juggling
Sure.
ball.
You know what? Here, I need to refill my water anyways. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. He's taking a water break. I'm gonna pull this thing out. And oh god, not on Twitch. Sorry. How do I do it outside? I hope somebody is watching me just be a disaster here.
Can I still not come back? I mean, I'm not looking.
Yeah, you can look at it now,
Okay,
I
sweet.
think. Just tell me what you see.
Okay, I see nothing but blackness. Okay, I see a little bit. Sweet.
Just a small little
You did
cavern
it,
that
buddy.
goes to the
Look
right,
at you.
and a small little table and a huge Gabby.
Yes. I'm 14 now.
Yeah. Huge Gabby. Small, oh, damn it. And
thank
yeah,
God. I was like, who is that? Oh, I'll be. Okay.
yeah, and I need you to roll initiative. As you come down, so you, and here is your familiar, or here is
Wow.
Coco. So as you enter this chamber, you feel first you feel it's cold, the environment. It's cold on your skin, and you're wet, and you can feel it. It's just a little uncomfortable, not in a dangerous sort of way, but just in a winter where you grew up was about this cold.
Yeah.
This is very chilly. The table you see up to the north of this room.
Got it.
Actually, make an investigation check as you're
Sure.
kind of walking.
I've had so many kickbacks. That's a 10.
10. Okay. You kind of are looking around, and you see these empty walls, and then on the eastern wall you see engraved there this rune that makes sense to you. And on the table there's a stack of paper and ink and a quill, and the paper is very fine. The nicest paper you've ever seen. You can smell electricity coming off of the ink, as if it's some sort of power that's resting inside this crystal jar
Now, of ink specifically?
of ink. Yeah,
Ah,
ink, paper, quill. And at this moment, Gabriella, I want you to start thinking about the future you that may or may not have flashed in front of your eyes in the cave. And if there is and if there's not, that's totally fine. If there is one image that may have flashed in front of you that hasn't happened yet,
yeah,
but is either a wish or a fear, if you could let me know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, inappropriate. I mean, for a wizard who stepped into the path of divination, and I think almost in that moment, like it was hard for her to even separate. I mean, she was like, "Oh my God, flash, flash, flash! Like I'm about to die." Separate things that had happened versus things that potentially could, and
Yeah.
in both a fear and a hope, something
Mhm.
that quickens her heart in excitement as well as horror, is the idea of somehow crossing paths with her mother, her actual mother, Charla. Um, and I think, like, in her mind, she's always been this, like, foresty kind of distant thing. And, but she knows that she's a woman. Like, she's flesh, she's blood. Um, but much like this trunk that opens and becomes more, she both fears and wants Charlotte to be exactly that.
And in that moment, as you kind of see these items, and you have this thought, just this flash image of an older woman with kind of white hair that kind of comes down over her temples, and the rest is pulled back neatly. She's got a concerned look on her face, deep in the woods, and she's kind of got this different colors of clay that's streamed down her cheek and on her red on her left and blue on her right, and her eyes are just vibrant even though her skin is wrinkled, and her back is a little hunched over, and she turns and snaps and looks at you, and you see maybe a briefest moment of a smile, unable to kind of interpret what it can mean, and the image goes away. And congratulations, you're level 3 now.
Let's fucking go!
And before you choose your spells
So
and roll
sick.
your hit points, you get this sense of the arcane around you, this oneness with it that you're existing on this other pocket dimension or something that doesn't exist, and you see the rune that you had briefly seen brightly come out now, and you see it's a spell,
Oh.
and it's a spell. Oh God, I wrote down. Okay, sorry. You see a spell, and you know the spell immediately, and you look in your book, and it's in your book, and it's a
Whoa.
spell of earth tremor,
Yes.
and out of the wall, a small blue crystal shard begins to pulse.
No. Wow. I see it, or this is part of my vision?
You see it. The vision's over. The vision you
Yeah,
saw was
yeah.
your mother in the woods, older than you remember her.
Wow. Oh my God, Bry. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go get this crystal.
Okay. You go and touch it, you try to pull it out, and it won't move.
Hmm. Damn. I look around this place. You said I kind of recognize this rune?
Not only do you recognize it, you can read it completely. It's the spell Earth Tremor.
Oh, that's
You
how it is.
don't
Oh
remember
my God.
you remember ever studying this, learning this from
Yeah,
Grist,
yeah. Well,
everything, but all of a sudden the knowledge is inside of you, and the rune and spell is copied down in
I'm
your.
just gonna immediately speak these words of power and try to loose this stone.
Are you casting Earth Tremor?
Yeah,
Okay, so you cast Earth Tremor. As soon as you do, uh, you have a certain amount of energy every day that you can put into spells.
sure.
None of that energy goes away, but the crystal that's stuck in there, it crumbles, and the spell goes off. Boom, as if you use the crystal as a spell slot, and the wall in front of you just tumbles. Albie and Coco kind of start and push back to the side of the room, and standing in front of you, you see another corridor heading down and to the left, and you see a skeleton,
Oh shit! Is
and
it?
it's hanging there, and its head raises. It bows, gets back up, and turns, takes 5 steps down, looks back, and beckons you to follow him.
Gabby is just like, I mean, it's like it's sort of like kind of Kid at Disneyland esque, but it's like it's too much for her now. Like she's been sort of like overwhelmed even just by entering this space, much less this vision, much less like the quickness and concurrence, seeing this spell like as a conduit for arcane power, but seeing it happen. And now this thing is like beckoning her. She like does a brief like me, sort of like looking at, is it Coco? Okay, right. Okay. She like tries to make it Coco. Man, and thank you, Vogley. It's been a journey. I mean, I guess I. And she picks up this crystal and looks at it, and like holds it, and is still holding it.
Oh, the crystal crumbled.
Oh, the crystal crumbled in it. That's how the earth tremor happened.
They're shards on the
Yep.
ground,
Yep,
but
yep.
yeah, it's how you cast the spell without losing a spell slot.
Got it. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go down there, man. I mean, I'm gonna follow this skeletal butler.
Okay. All right.
I'm wary.
Cool.
I'm very wary.
Mm-hmm.
And Coco's still with me, and I'll keep on my shoulder.
Okay. You follow. It goes down maybe 20 feet and up to the right along this down a corridor, and you find yourself in another room. Hold on, I'm so nervous that I'm gonna cut off all the fog.
Here, I'll hop out real quick.
No, it's okay. I think I got it. Because you can see down the second corridor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're nailing it. I'm seeing this thing slide out right now. Oh man, it comes out real time. How dramatic.
Oh, does it?
It's empty.
Yeah. All right. And as you go down and you're in this another chamber, the skeleton walks all the way to the northern side of the chamber and just stands there. And he's standing at the side. You see it's just an enormous wall, and you can see through it leads to another chamber and a tunnel. But it's a wall made out of completely rusty gears. And one of the gears, like just rusted and ironed shut, and one of the gears there's a small little blue crystal.
Wow, as if it's stuck in it or like built into it.
Kind of, it's like rusted into it.
Got it.
Basically.
Wow. I mean, I'm sorry. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
I mean, So I don't think I need. This always throws me off. I don't think wizards like I think they have the spell slots, but I don't. In the case of Earth Tremor for sure, I don't think I have like other level 2 stuff right now yet.
Make an Arcana check.
Cool. Oh, that's good. To 24.
You kind of go up to these rusty gears, and you get a sense, and it's 5 o'clock now, right? So I'm thinking about ending it.
Sure.
But I'm gonna give you the thing to think about for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I need homework.
You feel that if you cast the right spell even if you don't know it, it'll come to you.
Huh.
You feel that there's a spell you can cast that will get you through the other side. And it's not a spell you know,
Got it.
but if you believe and find the right one, it will let you cast it and you'll be able to continue. But if you're wrong, then your journey will end here.
Oh my God. Wild.
And as you contemplate what favorite spell of your DM would open up these rusty
I
doors,
really am. I'm racking, dude. I'm racking right now.
well, just look at the wizard spell list. But you get a sense that, like, and it's not wish, all right?
You have one 9th level spot.
Yeah, but
Oh my God.
yeah, and you feel like you're like accumulating an immense amount of knowledge. Like already you feel more powerful and more in tune with the arcane world than you've ever felt before.
Wow.
And yeah.
I mean, I think just real quick, Gabby would definitely do that sort of thing where she's like, Coco, Albie, what do you guys think? You know? And she's like totally trying to like pawn it off, like doesn't want to be like the point man on the decision, you know?
Let's see.
In like almost knee jerks mending, you know? It's like, no. But yeah, man, I'll think about that. That's so good. Brad, this was so much fun, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's you know, I don't know why I keep putting you in places with things that can't talk to you.
Oh no, it's cool.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it can communicate, you know.
You know, I was like, oh man, now I got the skeleton who doesn't talk.
I love that. He's just like,
I see a pattern.
you there's an NPC named Mike Gamble.
Yeah, you're just surrounded by gambles. All right,
it is the cult of the Gambino. Oh my
but
God.
as we sign off, you want to roll some hit points?
Oh my God, I do. So with this one-on-one, I never know what to call it because it's not a one-on-one and it's not a 1v1. It's like a 1-and-1, you know?
One-on-one, yeah. It's a solo adventure.
Yeah, but it's like collaborative, so it's like 1-and-1, you know?
1-and-1, I think is good. Yeah.
But Bri had a brilliant idea since we're just doing this like without a party unless you make friends with a dinosaur, to roll hit points at advantage, which is a great idea, especially for a wizard, Harry. Yeah. All right, come on, baby. You know I'm rolling. There's no other way.
If you roll double ones, you're fucked.
Oh my God. So I'm rolling a very light, like clear quartz and an obsidian die. So the black was brilliant and it was a 1. No. But the other one was a 5. So let's fucking go. You can't see that. God, I mean, that's so funny. What would that have been if I knew it? So good. Man, I just rolled 2 1s. Like if we'd been going with traditional,
oh wow,
2
1s. You get the 5.
Yeah,
that's good. And yeah,
guys, thank y'all. This was such a hoot.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, we're gonna get out of here.
Fun. Great job, John.
We love you, dude. Back at you, Brian. Thank you for setting that up. Yo, co-op Root, get in here. Bugles up. Appreciate y'all coming through. You know I like to end these streams by rating somebody, and my boy Grundle Tots, who's actually an IRL very dear friend. You remember the early version of the Pirates episode that we shot for Brothers Phillips? Like Damon shot it, and Jack.
I don't watch this.
Yeah, we don't honor that. That's why we came back and reshot it, Brian. We did the real thing, but the test shoot, right?
It was good. It was no. I remember being like, "Damn, that's good."
Well, no, it was just no, totally. It was more just like, let's get this shit going. But yeah. Jack was like ran sound, and he did a lot of production on some like full-on budgeted stuff that both Dave and I were a part of. He's a great egg, but he hasn't streamed in a good while, and he's back playing Remnant 2, so we're gonna raid him. So guys, listen, if you're around, please pop in, give Grundy some love. He is the man. Brian, this was hectic, boy. Like you've got Sweaty Carpe on the hook right here. That was really so fun and such an effective use of that map. Like, damn it.
I'm so sorry the other one wasn't it was fogged out.
Oh, whatever, we got there. I'm so glad that you drew something because I was like, oh shit, like he can see something I can't see. But this is also valuable because Albert got an update and we're trying to learn that shit.
Yeah, and I need to I really just need to spend like a good long time on it, and I've been
I
doing
know.
other stuff. Oh, see, I run the other campaign, and I do like miniatures and terrain and such, and so I'm doing got the little dice tower
Let's
going.
go, dude. That's a sick
Gotta paint
tower.
this.
It's
Ooh,
it's getting
yeah,
caught in the auto. Yeah, hold it in front of your chest. There
yeah.
we go. There we go. There we
It's coming.
go.
It's coming. It's
That's
you.
fucking rowdy. I dropped into the artwork channel of the Discord. That's awesome. Brian's setup. So if you go to artwork, it's a video I posted on Sunday. Shit, was that Sunday?
Yeah.
No, I posted it on Monday, I think.
Posted
Who
a
gives a hoot? Or a honk.
No, we're playing a lot because you guys keep. Well, I'm saying it's your fault that you
Yeah.
keep getting in dangerous situation.
You
I
guys
have
keep
nothing.
trying to exist in my campaign, you fools. Oh my gosh. No, but check that out if you want. It's very, very good.
Oh man.
Bri, okay. Anything you want to say before we get out of here? We're about to raid this boy.
No, just thanks for watching and yeah.
Truly,
It's
guys.
always a pleasure. Yeah, I'm always so nervous.
I know. This was very, very intense, but this was so much fun.
Oh,
Okay, we'll be back either next Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll be running some prep on Monday, so bring your butts. But till then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Say hi to Grundle Tots for me, all right? We out!
thanks,
We
Al.
out!